At the beginning of this video, I want to apologize because I know it's going to be somewhat windy. So I'm doing my best to block it right now. But anyway, I wanted to come out here today to Lake Jonas to do some thinking. I think there's no better spot to do so, especially when you're contemplating something as serious and emotional as love. As you guys know, especially if you've been watching this channel for a while, I am a notorious overthinker. And for that reason, I want to share some of the thoughts I'm having today because maybe some of you are the same way. And the topic in question, love. Especially in this case, if you have fallen out of love, as I myself have. I've been in, I would say, 2 serious relationships in my life as an adult. One was 5 years, one was on and off for 2. And in both cases, I was left hopelessly alone afterwards. And I quickly learned, as I'm sure some of you have as well, that falling out of love is one of the most painful emotions that I think you can endure as a human. As I sit here today with a shattered tibia and fibia, torn ACL, torn MCL, I honestly would say that being heartbroken is worse in a lot of ways. It almost never leaves you. And in my opinion, I would compare it to something like that of a drug addict where once you've had that emotion, once you've been deeply intertwined with another human, with another soul, and you lose that connection, you never forget that. And I don't think that you are ever whole until you regain it. And this is somewhat debatable. I know some of you might think, okay, well, what about if you grow as a person and you come to be comfortable with yourself? I think both can be true at the same time. Let me give you an example. As I sit here today, have processed a lot of the emotional grief, the mistakes I made, the pain that I've been feeling. And I do think that I've come to a certain level of growth that I'm proud of. But at the same time, I am still single. And why does this matter? Why is it that being single is so painful? I was thinking about that today, and I've been thinking about it honestly for the past few months while I've been laying in bed recovering from this injury. And I think I've reached a conclusion on the subject. The reason being single is painful is because when you are in a relationship with someone that you truly care about, with someone that you love, you expose your entire being to that person. And through that exposure, you see how they respond to you. So when you know me, when my ex-girlfriend or ex-girlfriends knew Preston, as much as I revealed myself to them, I was able to see and verify that I was an enjoyable person to be around, at least most of the days, not always. But that feels good though, because then you are almost validated in being who you are. It's like, I've revealed the dirtiest, darkest secrets about myself, all my weaknesses, all my flaws, all the things that are good about me, everything. And this person has chosen to stay. Not just as a friend, not just as an acquaintance, not as a family member who's almost required to stay, at least somewhat, but because they want to, on their own free will. And this feels good because it's like, damn, I've revealed everything about myself to you, and you're still here, and you love me, and you're reciprocating this. It's almost like looking in a mirror, except the mirror is another person. It's another consciousness. And I think this is the reason why falling out of love hurts as much as it does, why it's almost irreparable until it comes back in the form of another person or the same person, whatever, because you never get that sense from anyone else. Like, yeah, your friends, they know a lot about you, but it's not as intimate. You're not physically with someone. You're not revealing everything on a near daily basis. I mean, even the closest of friendships, I would say, still fall short of an emotional, romantic love. And this is why I think today, as I sit here right now, today, at this age, I think it's impossible to ever reach the same level of comfort, the same level of just acceptance of who you are as a single person. I don't know if that's something that I will always believe, but right now, I think it's true because I don't have another person in front of me right now who's saying, you know what, Preston? I love you for all your flaws. I love you intimately. I love you romantically. I love every part of you. And that would just make me feel good. And I'm sure you guys are in the same boat, especially if you've fallen out of love. Or if you're in love, you know this feeling. You know this person-to-person, soul-to-soul connection. And it's something that we as humans crave. I don't care who you are. I don't care how confident you are. I don't care how good-looking you are. Everyone needs and craves a certain level of validation. And I think the validation you get from a romantic partner is unlike any other validation out there. Like, yeah, my mom's gonna tell me, yes, Preston, I love you. My dad's gonna tell me, yeah, dude, you could do a lot of things better, but you're still all right. My friends, they might laugh at me and enjoy my company. But at the end of the day, all of these connections, all of these people are somewhat fleeting. They're there and then they're gone. The difference between that and a romantic connection is that person is always there with you. It almost takes away a certain level of loneliness as well. I have so many things I could say about this, but maybe that's the end of today's video. I think that if you're out there and you've lost love and you're feeling drained, depleted, somewhat lacking, you're just not as whole as you used to feel, you're not alone, man. You are not the only person out there who feels this way. And I'm hoping that what I've said today might resonate with you. And just accept the fact that, yeah, it's okay to feel that way, because you know what? It probably is true that you're never going to feel the same way you did when you were in love until you're in love again. But I want to leave you guys with a positive message, because my friend and I were talking about this, and this is really where I got most of these ideas from our conversation. But he said that he believes that he'll never feel the same way ever again. He'll never love someone the same way that he did his previous partner. And I think that's a little bit pessimistic to say. Who knows? Maybe it's true. Of course, it'll never be the same. But I do believe that when you meet someone else who makes you feel accepted, they see you, they feel you, you will regain a lost part of you. And I'm hopeful that someday I'll find that. I'm hopeful that if you're watching this and you feel the same way as me, that someday you'll find that connection again. And someday, maybe, I can look back on this video. You can think back to this video and say, wow, that was true. I can't be certain, but I'm hoping that's the case, because damn, man, this heartbreak shit is no fun. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I hope this made some sense. Later.